Hello, welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing 3 o'clock alarm. And you can see Sleuth there jumping up at 3 o'clock or 3 a.m. and wondering what is going on, why is he waking up at that time? Now, this actually brings back memories for me. So, when we left China when there was a lockdown in Shanghai, and it was getting, we've been there for about 3 months during that lockdown, and we thought, this is just not going to work out. So I relocated before I managed to hire a successor to take on my old job. And before, technically, I started a new job back in the UK. I was sort of like settling into something, but, just professionalism meant that I had to sort of continue my old role. So for a while, to try and make sure that things kind of carried on working okay, I was essentially starting my day around 3-4 a.m. every day to make sure that it's a decent time back in China, kind of 9-10 a.m. there, and I actually get to overlap with the team. Not easy days. One huge advantage, though, is that regardless of when I started, sometimes, I started as late as like 5 or 6. I always wrapped up around 2 or even earlier, so I had the entire afternoon to myself. Admittedly, the entire afternoon, because obviously I was back in bed probably by 7-8 at the latest. So yeah, memories. Now, today's puzzle seems to be very well representative of how you feel when you wake up with a 3 a.m. alarm, where there is just like an absolute plethora, a chaos almost of rules. Yes, familiar. Anyhow, don't just trust what I'm saying. Take a look at today's puzzle and rule sets from Willpower. Thank you, Will, for checking in on me. I know it's been over a year of very steady puzzle and pace. Hopefully you guys weren't let down, but thank you for checking in on me. And let's take a look at today's 3 o'clock alarm by Willpower. Hopefully I'm going to get a good night's sleep. You can see the 3 o'clock here, the second clock, kind of hour, minute, and then second hand. And then you can see there's a huge number of rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and then every 3x3 box. Then we have German whispers. So numbers on green lines are at least 5 apart. So if this cell is a 2, this would have to be 7, 8, or 9 to make sure that they are indeed 5 or more apart. Now, the German whisper lines I can see are all only 2 lines, 2 cells. So no point talking about oscillation between low and high. Oh, hang on, there. If that was 2, this would be 7, 8, or 9. This would be back to 1, 3, or 4. Essentially to make sure they're 5 or more away. There you go, feeling a bit better. And ensuring that it does indeed oscillate between high digits and low digits. Dutch whispers, numbers on red lines are at least 4 apart from their neighbors on the line. If this was a 4, this can actually be as high as 8 or 9. And I can do something cheeky and have 5 and 1 in here, for example. So watch out for 5s that normally don't exist on German whisper lines, but can exist on Dutch whispers. RENBANs, numbers on the purple lines, are a non-repeating set of numbers in any order. I'm pausing here because I'm just thinking, is that a separate line or is that all one line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to say it's one line, despite the fact this one being slightly thinner than the others. And therefore we have the digits 1 to 9 once each on these purple cells. Let's go with that. Killer cages, numbers in cages sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. Doesn't have to mention that they do not repeat because they can't repeat. They're all in the same boxes. So if this cell, for example, is let me go with this one. If this one is a 5, for example, what's going on? There you go, 5. This would have to be an 8 to make sure that these 2 cells are up to 13. These 2 are 13. These 2 are 10, etc. What else do we have? And we've got covered number in cages, KROPKI pairs. Numbers with a white dot between them are consecutive. Numbers with a black dot between them are in a ratio of 2 to 1. If this cell is a 2, this would have to be 1 or 4, so that one cell is double the other. If this cell is a 2, this would have to be 1 or 3, so that it can be consecutive. Then last but not least, we've got the XV pairs. Numbers with a V between them, sum up to 5. If that's 2, that would have to be 3. Make sure these two cells add up to 5. These two add up to 5 as well. And then no X's. Just, okay. I mean, we can see that there are 10 cages, just no X's. And not all possible dots and V's are given. So a 2 and a 3, a 4 in here, clearly double the other, not a problem. A 3, clearly consecutive, not a problem. 1, clearly add up to 5, no V. All of that is allowed. So that's all the rules, although I say that's all the rules. That's the chaos of 3 a.m. Link is in the description down below as usual for you to play. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Right. It's always fantastic we can place a digit immediately. That's 5. 5 can never be in a 2-cell 10 cage because the partner would have to be a 5, and then I've broken the puzzle. 5 next to the 13 cage. 13 in 2 cells. It can be 4, 9, 5, 8, or 4. What? Let's try that again. It's either 4, 9, 5, 5, 8, or 6, 7. This is 6, 7, is what I'm trying to say. Can't be 4, 9, because if this is any of these are 4, the counterpart has to be 9, but I've already used it inside the 13 cage. And clearly can't be 5, 8. This is 6, 7. That makes the neighbors 1, 2. That's just the way it's going to work. If this is 6, this is 1, and then for that would be 7, that would be 2, or vice versa. Not helping me with the 1, 2 in here, because I know 1 and 2 are in one of these cells, but it doesn't matter. Where do we go from here is the question. And 6 and 7 were never there either, so I'm not actually sure. So 6, 7, 1, 2 means this is like 4, 9, 3, 8, something along those lines. And the same would be, no, it doesn't have to be. This is a different box. Let me just mess around with this a bit. If this is 1, 4, so we've taken care of 1 in this row, can't be in here. And if I place 1 in there, it would break because I would need the 2. Sorry, if I place the 2 in here, that's actually fine. I could do 2, 3. Never mind. If this is 2, 3, that's maybe the more interesting case. So where does 1 go? It would have to be here. I can't place it with the 2. And then that would require a 6. But the thing is, I'm still okay. Then I could place 8, 9 in here. And then 4 in there, 9 there. Not sure I can force it just yet. Probably worthwhile thinking about the 13 cage in here again. Again, because they're both German whisper cells, I can't have a 5. I don't have to rely on Sudoku. And again, it can't be 4, 9 because the 4 would require a 9 in here. So this is also 6, 7. This is also 1, 2. That makes this 3, 4. That makes this 1, 2. To get to 10, this would have to be 8, 9. This would have to be 6, 7. This is a low digit. We know that. Yeah, I can't do anything with that just yet. What is this? It's 3, 4, 8, 9. Not very helpful. 13 this time is not 6, 7. It would break this cell. I'm thinking same logic works, but not really, because I can put 9 and 4 this time round, and I can have 1, 2, or 3 in here. The only thing I can't do is I can't put the 4, because that would be a 9 and then another 9. And then I can't do 6, 7. So I can do 9, I can do 8, because I can place 5 off the German whisper line, and I can place 4 in here. This is a relatively high digit. This is 1, 2, or 3. Can't be a low digit with 4. Can't be a 5. Yep, so this is low. This is back to high. And it's 6, 7, 8, 9. This can actually be a 5, can't it? I can do 6, 1, 5. Yeah. Not brilliant. Okay. 3 white KROPKI dots. Should probably think about those for a second. In 5, let's do a bit of Sudoku is in here. Not that it's helpful. So 5 is actually on one of these. Interesting. So remember, the 5 on a Dutch whisper would have to go with 1 or 9. Now, 1 or 9 is very tricky down this middle, isn't it? Let's try 5 for a second. I can't obviously have 1 or 9 in the middle of these white Kropki dots because that would be a double 2 or a double 8. So I know that the 5 cannot be here. But the question is, can the 5 be one of these cells? So it would be something like 4 and 6, which I think is fine. That would be 1, 2, that would be 8, 9, and this is 1, 9. So 1, 2, 1, 2, that would be 9, that would be 8, that would be 4. So short answer is yes, it's fine. So 5 can be any of these cells. That's too many. Too many to be useful right now. Could actually even remove it. I'm going to think about this white crop kit. I'm actually wondering if it can be anything other than 8, 9, realistically. It can be 2, 3. But essentially, if this is 2, 3, I can't place a 4 on here because the 3 and the 5 would be gone. If this is 1, 4, of course I can't place the 4. Can't place the 1 because the 2 is there. And obviously 5, 6, 7 are all gone. So this is 2, 3, or 8, 9. Now, if it is 8, 9, if it's 2, 3, it helps. This becomes 8, 9. These become 3, 4. But let's just think about if it is 8, 9, what does it do? Well, it places low digits on here, places high digits there. And because this is 8, 9, from the 2 and 3, well, it doesn't even have to be 2 and 3. From 1, 2, 3, 4, I place in here. I couldn't place 3 or 4 because this couldn't be 8 or 9. So this would have to be 1 or 2, and this would have to be 6 or 7. And then this would have to be 3 or 4, and this would have to be 8 or 9. So that's one possibility. Then obviously the other possibility is this is 8, 9, and this is 3, 4. Bit of a shame. Again, can't seem to force it. This white Kropki dot, so it can't be 8, 9 because essentially I have a high digit and a low digit in here. I think it must include a 5. So 1, 2, 6, 7. Can't have 3, 4 because that would break this German whisper. Can't have 8, 9, same logic. Can't have 8 because, well, the 9 would be here and the 7 is there. Can't have 3 because, again, the 2 is gone and the 4 is there. So this is 4, 5, 6. It's obviously not 6. 4, 5, which makes this not 4. So it's 3, which leaves us options with 3, 8, 9, unfortunately, but that's fine. And then this would have to be another 8, 9. 4 means this is not 1, 4. This is 2, 3. This is 1, 4. And we can actually have some more digits finally. 1, 4. Not 1. Therefore not 6. That's not a huge outcome here. 6. The 2, 3 pair means this is 7, 8, and 7, 8. That 9 means that's not a 9. Doesn't mean anything about the 3 in here. Okay. 3, 4, 7. Yeah, this like I'm gonna have to figure out these being 2, 3, or 8, 9 later. Excellent. So 3, 8, 4, 9 all still works. You see, if this is 3, 7, this would be 4, 9. Because 3 is not available and the 4 would require a 9. If this is 2, 8, well, 3 can work, but the 8 wouldn't be available, so there's always a 9 in here. Interesting. Then there's another 3, 4 in there, plus presumably the 8. Yeah. So there's an 8 in here, plus a 3 or 4. Have an 8, 9 pair in here, and a 6, 7. So these white KROPKI dots are starting to get, and a 1, 2, and a 4, 5. This is starting to get very restricted. So options 2, 3, 4 works. I'm not sure a lot of other options do. Let's just think about it. We need 3 contiguous digits, not enough space. So even if this is 7 and 8 and 9, I could also do 4, 5, 6. Let's think about this. Let's think about parities for a second. Is this always odd? Is kind of what I'm trying to answer. I think the answer is yes. If I make this 4, I can't have 5 around it. If I can have 2, I can't make 1 around it. If I make 6, I can't have 7 around it, and obviously 8 is not available. So this is 3 or 5. 1 is too low. 7 doesn't have the 6, and 9 is not available. Right? And this is 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Definitely a 4 between them, because it's either 2, 3, 4 or 4, 5, 6, which makes this a 5, makes this an 8, makes this not 8. 8 in here makes this a 9, which makes this a 3, 8 pair, and 6, 7. So if this is 4, 5, 6, that would be 7. This would be another 1, 2. Possible. If this is 2, 3, 4, well, that would be 1. And this would be 6, 7. Not brilliant. Okay. I'm actually going to remove that. There's too many options to think about right now. Maybe time, like I'm just keep thinking about when is it time to start using this RENBAN. And we're not far off that point where it would actually be somewhat useful. I think because this is 3 or 8, I can probably clean this up a bit. So I am going to give that a go. If that's 3, this is 8, 9, this is 2. The 2 can't have a 6 next to it. If that's 8, and 8 and 9 are gone, so that would be 7. Now, if this is 3, sorry, if that was a 3, if this is 8, this would have to be 2, 3. This would be a 9, and this would be a low digit. And that was 8, that was 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, that would have to be 4. There's another 7 or 8 in here. Plus a 1, plus a 6. But the thing is, the 7 or 8 feels restrictive. Because if that's 7, 2, 8, 9, I wouldn't have space for the 7, 8. 7, 2, 8, 9, yeah. And if it's 4, 9, that works. So that's forced. So I'm going to go 1, 6, 7, 8, which means that's not 7 for the reasons we've described. And this is not 8, 9, that's 2, 3. That makes this an 8, makes this a 3. And that surprisingly doesn't actually force anything in here. Then we have another 7, 8 in there with a 5. Okay. Keep it going. We need an 8 in one of these cells. Can't be here. So what was wrong with an 8 there? It required 8 to be with 3 because the 4 is too high, and then it broke both the 3, 7 and 2, 8. So the 8 was forced, and the 8 certainly could be on the RENBAN. But it does have other good options if it isn't, so it's not forced to be on there. That's 6, that can't be 5, that would be 7. That's 7, well it can't be 8, that's 6, and that can never be 9, because that can't be 8, so this is a 6, 7 pair. Gives me 6, 7 in here. So this 6, 7, which needs to be on the RENBAN, is none of these cells. It's one of these two still. One of these three, I should say. It's a more involved puzzle once again. Or I am being unusually slow recently. Come on, let's have a look. So like I think we've ignored this for quite some time. And again, we've got another white KROPKI dot set in here. This is not a high digit of 6 or 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, or 4. 3 works, 4 works, like they all work. Gonna leave it. And in here we said 3, 4 with 5 and 8. Five is pointing at this for a while. Come on, sleuth. 2, 4, 6. 2 gave me 1, gave me 2, gave me 6, gave me 7, gave me 6 again. Better. 2, 4 pair doesn't solve anything just yet. 6 gives me 7 and 6, which forces a 1 in here. 1 has to be in one of these two cells now in this RENBAN, but it's fine. Let's just do the sensible Sudoku for now. Three is forced, isn't it? Yeah, that's 3. These are 2, 4, and 9. Not sure I can do better just yet. 9 is in here with the 8 plus a 4, 5. Essentially this 4, 5. This German whisper, not 4, 9. I mean, it's not, this is the low one. It's not 6, 7, 8, or 9. So this is 1, 2, or 3. This is 7, 8, or 9. I put 6, 7, or 8, I meant to say. And it can be 1, 6. Okay. Not 3. So what are these? So I think I can do 4, 5, 6. And we've already described how the 5 can be here. In fact, actually, we've literally modeled the whole 4, 5, 6 scenario. And because of this 6, 7, the next option will be 7, 8, 9. Is that fair? Because essentially, if it's not 4, 5, 6, 5 in the middle, obviously 6. So 4, 5, 6 works. 5, 6, 7 doesn't. 6, 7, 8 doesn't. 7, 8, 9 does. So that's my options. If it's 4, 5, 6, that would be the 4. That would be the 6. If it's 7, 8, 9, that would be the 9. That would be the 7. This means this is another 1, 2, 3 on the Dutch whisper line. With the 4, This would be 8 or 9. With the 9, this would be 1 or 2. I seem to remember something about the 5 being quite restricted. Let's think through that again, because we might be able to just rule this out a bit rather than have to go through all the options. So if this is 4, this is 8 or 9, and the 5 would be 1 or 9, and then the 6 would be 1 or 2. That was it. 1, 2 pair makes this only a 9 as a viable option, and therefore only an 8 as a viable option. And then this is with 4, 5, 6. But that breaks, doesn't it? Well, that would be 4. That would be 9. That would be 7. That would be 6. So that would be 7. That would be the 2. So that would actually be the 1 in that scenario. And so far, the 1 would be up here. Okay. And this wouldn't be 8 or 9. This would be 8. This would be 9. Oh, like, I mean, it just unravels everything. It would be the way that I would describe this. This would be 4. It'd be nice to be able to force this. And then the other option, which is 7, 8, 9, and has to be in that direction. So let's think about this. Well, this could be 1, 2, or 3, which is not brilliant. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the 9 would require a 5 in here. Because remember, the 5 is not there. And the 5, if it's not down here, has to be in there. Right? And then the 8. Yeah, I can't see how I can get away with not doing 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Not my favorite. Nine, 5, and 4, 8. If this is 4, 8, well, this could still be 3, 6, as well as 1, 2. 6, 7 pair. 4, 9 pair. So there's essentially like a 1, 2, which is not here. Specifically, it's in here. And this is 5, 8. This is not a 9. Interesting. This is not a 3. I do need a 3 in here, as well as a 9, don't I, on this? Sudoku. No, I've already got the 3, pardon me. Sudoku says, what do I need in here? I need 8 and 9. I mean, the problem, like, I need a 7 as well, which is up here. Okay, not sure what's going on. 2 on the RENBAN gives me a 1 in here. 2, 1, 6, 7. Not 7, 8, 9. That's what we're after. 6, 5, 4. 5, well, I mean, the 4 was 8. The 5 was 9. The 2 in here was 4 in there. The 1 in there was 2 in here. The 5 gave me the 8. And yeah, it's just a party now. 3, which makes this 2, 8. And makes this 3, 5, 8. No. 5 and 8 for sure. 4, 5, 8. And this is not 5 or 8, so that is the 4. This is a 5, 8 pair. That's not the 8. And it's not the 4, so this is a 5, 9 pair, which makes this 4, makes this 5. And this is a 1, 7 pair that is also resolved, 1, 7. We know what this digit is. I think it's an 8. It's forced to complete the RENBAN. 5, 8, 7, 3, 2, not 2s with a 4, 9 pair. Phenomenal. Not 1 or 6. Not 1 or 6 either. 7, 8 pair. We need 2, 3, and something else, a 5, which is not in here. In here. The 2 or 3 is not resolved. Of course not. 9, 5. Another 2, 3, and a 7. This was an immensely enjoyable puzzle. Like, I really enjoyed solving this one. And 1 and 2 work. 2 and 1 work. Because obviously 4, 8 here is restrictive. 3, 6 also still works. Yeah, 1, 2 still works. 1, 2 would make this 3. Essentially, I'm thinking this is always 7. Because either the 3 is gone and this is 2. Or the 2 is gone and this is 3. So that's always 7. I essentially have like a virtual 2, 3 pair here. 2 and 3 are pointing at this cell. So that's not the 2, that's not the 1. Right, can I do better? Yeah, 9, 4, 9. Let's do some Sudoku. I need another 7, 8. Don't know what it is. It's not here though, with the 7, 8. And I need another 3, 6, which is also unknown, plus a 1? No. So if this is 1, 2, this is 3, this is 8. I need a 4, which is frankly anywhere. Right, let's just think about this one. That's 9. I think that's 3. These 3s, oh, well, it's a 2, 3 pair, never mind. 4 could still be here. I'm just taking a look at row 8 right now, just see if I can complete it. And the 1 again. So essentially I've got 1, 4, and 5. 5 has to be there. This is 1 or 4. And the 5 can only be here. That is 1 because it's not 4. So that is 4. That's not 4. 2, 3 pair. Need another 1, 6. Need another 7, 8. But yeah, I can't force much here. 2 is there. 4 is here. 9 is already placed. Don't even think about it. 6 and 7 seemingly not resolved. So this is 1, 6, 7, also not resolved. And this is 6, 7, 8, also not resolved. This is not a 5. This is the 5. Is that helping me? Probably. This is not 7 or 8. This is a 1, 6 pair, 2, 3 pair. Fine. 2, 3 pair. Okay. 1, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Right. Let's just think about the variants. Which one have I not really used? What's still missing? I've used them all. So it's just some Sudoku that I just need to pay attention to. Eight's always down here, we knew that. If this is 6, what happens? This is 1, 2, 3, 8, 7. I mean, I'm not seeing the problem. It's probably something like that. We're going to have to think through the consequences of it. Is that the plan? Seems that way. Okay. Let's reason through this. So if this is 3, 6, what happens? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 gives me 7 and 8 as options, which is not brilliant. It's not very restrictive. So I mean, 3, 6 is good. 1, 2 definitely makes this 3, definitely makes this 8 to be far enough. This ends up being a 6, 7 pair, which makes this 8, makes this 1, makes this 6, makes this 7. makes this 2, makes this 3, 2, 3. It seems to resolve. I don't think I've missed any other rules. Right, try the other one. 7, 6, 7. So 7, 8, 7. Right, so we got onto this being 8 when this is 1, 2. If this is 3, 6, that would be 2. 3, 2, and being 3, 6. Can't, oh, never mind. I was going to say can't be 1, 6, but I mean it's not 1, 6. Why am I not seeing this? I mean, intuition says that this German whisper line, that for one reason or another, it will break with the more restrictive options, like, you know, that this has to be a 7 to allow the 2 or something along those lines. Or it has to be an 8 to allow the 3. But I'm just for some reason not seeing it, and that's because I'm not paying attention, as is usually the case. And home stretch now, if I've not made any mistakes, 6 for the finish. So wonderful puzzle, Willpower. Like, you know, more involved than it may initially seem, but highly enjoyable. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle in the video. See you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.